DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy, family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free at 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane.
Hey, welcome to FLX Weekly here on Wednesday, May 21st, 2025. I'm Jim Cinecropi live inside the FingerLakes1.com studios here in Seneca Falls. And today we're going to welcome Andrew Olden. He's the Executive Director of the Seneca Falls Museum and Tourism Center. And we're going to talk about the upcoming Music in the Park series, part of Summer Thursdays in Seneca Falls. I know summer is coming. I know it's a little cold out today and a little rainy, but we've got a great summer planned here in Seneca Falls in terms of music on Thursday night. A lot of other stuff going on that we're going to touch on, centering around downtown Seneca Falls. It's the 200th anniversary bicentennial year of the Erie Canal, which officially opens Friday. So summer's coming. We're almost there. Going to have a great talk with Andrew today here on FLX Weekly. But first, this episode is brought to you by Nolan's Catering. Planning a special event? Let Nolan's Catering help you create your next occasion. Now booking special events at Hotel Canandaigua, which is Tapestry Collection by Hilton on Lakeshore Drive, the Fallbrook House at Canandaigua Country Club, or Nolan's on South Main Street in Canandaigua. Nolan's is ready to curate a food and beverage package perfect for any occasion. From elegant weddings to corporate events and private parties, enjoy the moment knowing Nolan's has it covered. To plan your perfect event, visit nolansonthelake.com. And also Cafe 19. Breakfast, lunch, pastries, celebratory cakes, pies, and catering. Guaranteed fresh and always local at Cafe 19 in Seneca Falls. Also offering an assortment of beverages including tea, coffee, and espresso drinks. Check out their full menus and weekly specials at xixcafe.com. So, Andrew, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Glad to have you in today. And, we're approaching Memorial Day weekend this weekend, and that's the unofficial start of summer. And summers have been pretty cool in Seneca Falls the past few years, part because of the music in the park on Thursday nights and Summer Thursdays. Just give us an overview of what it all is about.
So Music in the Park traditionally is held in People's Park, right at the confluence of the National Park site, the National Women's Hall of Fame, and then, of course, as you mentioned, right near the offshoot of the Erie Canal by the Cayuga-Seneca Canal. This year, we're going to slightly switch things up, but we'll talk about that more in a moment. Traditionally, in the past, the Museum and Tourism Center, officially the Museum of Waterways and Industry, there on Fall Street in Seneca Falls, they've hosted sporadic concerts. But in the past year or two, we've really tried to make regular weekly events for people in Seneca Falls and guests from anywhere and around the Finger Lakes to come join us for live music right on the canal. So last year was a big hit. We tried to get every Thursday from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and we really tried to engage the community, give a space for nonprofits, local businesses, community organizations to come down and really showcase what they're all about, whether that's giving out free items, whether that's just getting folks engaged with like some sort of prevention or awareness program, and then to obviously the big part of it, to listen to live free music.
Yeah,
all these
great bands.
Yeah, all these concerts are free and available right in the park. So that's something we really tried to engage with, is offer free, regular programming for guests and local folks to come out and enjoy the beautiful weather, and you get a nice breeze coming off the canal.
Yeah, and it really does set a nice tone on Thursdays in Seneca Falls. Even if you're not physically at the concert, you can hear the music throughout town. You see people gathering, a little more traffic downtown before and after the concerts. That's kind of the idea too. Is you show up early, you shop some of the downtown merchants, Sac District, and maybe you stay and have dinner at one of the many restaurants, within walking distance of where these concerts are after. And so it's been a great thing. But this year, because of the work being done at the bandstand area, it's going to actually be on the other side of the bridge, still on the canal, but in the parking lot at the community center. So it's actually music in the parking lot
Correct.
instead of music in the park. I kind of like that.
Well, thank you. We used a fun play on words with the construction, as you noted here. That's part of the Downtown Revitalization Initiative that Seneca Falls received the improvement grant in 2020 is now coming to fruition. So not wanting to stall any of the progress or great community events that we helped really build last year, we wanted to continue with our Summer Thursdays initiatives, as you kind of noted, creating an experience around Seneca Falls.
Right.
And with that, we're just, as you noted, right across the Bridge Street, on the other side of the Bridge Street Bridge, or It's a Wonderful Life Bridge, as it's colloquially known. Some of the smaller concerts will be in the front parking lot, but some of the some of the bigger bands like Ruby Shoes, which drew over 600 people last year, will be in the back parking lot to really engage with the space there. And it was really important for us to continue to host these along the canal. As I said, we're based in the Museum of Waterways and Industries, so it only felt right to continue to make sure we had a space that was nice and central to downtown, right between Sackett's Business District and Fall Street. But as you noted, yes, we are working with the Summer Thursdays program again, and that is to offer shop local, and that's to push the boutique stores, the restaurants, the various operations downtown Seneca Falls. And our participating stores offer specials from 3 to 6 p.m. And then from 6 to 8, folks can mosey on down to the community center, as you said, at 35 Water Street, and enjoy the concert from 6 to 8 there. It's a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. And then with that, from 8 to 10, we also, many of the businesses downtown and restaurants offer specials for folks to come enjoy an after-hours beverage or a nice dessert after the concert. And, that not only helps get people out and about in Seneca Falls, but helps engage our brick-and-mortar institutions and really show people how wonderful the establishments are in our area.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially on that food and beverage side, there's so many options now, and they all do a great job. Not only downtown, but in the Sackett district between the Perfect Pear Eatery and Sackett's Table, and then downtown. Off the top of my head, you got Parker's, El Bahio, Red Brick Pub, Downtown Deli, the Flint and Stave, Gould Hotel. So definitely. If you're in Auburn or Geneva and you just want a nice summer evening, it's a short drive, come into town, check out some music, grab something to eat, and have a few drinks. But it kicks off June 5th, so there would be 2 Thursdays from now, correct? And it's the Endy Brothers are the first act.
Yeah, the Endy Brothers are a great local band here from Seneca Falls, and they're fantastic. The vocal range on these guys and their musical ability is
Super
excellent.
talented.
And I know folks look forward to this event every year. It really brings people out, and I'm glad they could be our headlining event for the year and really just get folks engaged with our concert series and Summer Thursdays events.
Yeah, throw that schedule right up there, Paul. Let's take a look. So, yeah, I mean, a lot of these names are recognizable around here. You mentioned Ruby Shoes, but the Cool Club and Lipker Sisters. I mean, I don't want to go through them all but you recognize them all. The Prison City Rockers. How do you choose the bands? How do you organize this? To do a concert series like this.
So this year, we were very fortunate to receive funding from the Bonifiglia Family Foundation to help continue to maximize the efficiency of the Summer Thursdays program and to market and sign the bands here. So with that being said, many of these acts are returning groups. Some of them, you can't pass up Ruby Shoes or Cool Club or the Endy Brothers. I don't want to single anybody out, but those are some of my local favorites. But with that being said, last year we really tried to expand the funding for the program, and with that, bring in larger bands with a little more diverse talent. And much of this was selected through, or at least the genres of music were selected through surveys that we had done previously at Music in the Park, just to kind of see the folks that are coming out, what they'd like to see.
Yeah.
So you get some of their recommendations. And groups like Prison City Rockers, they were one of the recommended groups to come through. Or the Rolling Heads, they are recently, I believe in the past several years, relocated to or moved to the Finger Lakes here, and they were phenomenal. So just really trying to engage diversity of music along with fan favorites and just obviously the musical ability as well. But something we try to avoid is a little bit smaller groups just because of the size of the space.
Yeah, we want a
noted,
concert, not not a coffee shop.
Yeah, correct. So that's a bit of a determining factor for us.
Yeah, definitely. It's awesome. It's a great lineup you got set up here. So someone comes to the show on June 5th. Do they you recommend bringing lawn chairs, or like what should you expect if you did want to come and check out the concert?
That's a great question. So lawn chairs would probably be the best option, especially since we're music in the parking lot this year. In the past, we obviously we had the grassier space in People's Park there, but there is a little bit of a grass embankment next to the parking lot that we'll be using for the concerts. But I would highly recommend a lawn chair. You can bring a cooler. We ask that there's no adult beverages. Again, this is a family-friendly atmosphere that we'd like to promote. You can do that before or after. And then additionally, something I failed to mention a moment ago is this year we're working with Stivers Marina to offer boat rides to and from the concerts. Folks can sign up with the QR code that then helps out the museum as well. They can get on at Stivers in Geneva, ride to us, and get a nice boat ride. They have food and beverages on that boat. It lets off right at the community center. Then they take you back, and you're back by 9 o'clock. Or if you're a local in Seneca Falls, you can hitch a ride up to Geneva and just walk on home. So there's plenty of options for people to indulge in whatever type of activity they'd like. But I think the boat rides and the kind of atmosphere we're promoting will be a wonderful event for anybody of all abilities or all ages.
Yeah, I'd say last year was pretty successful. And I just, in terms of crowds and participation, it sounds like we're expanding a little bit on it this year. The boat rides are something really unique. Great way to spend a summer evening. You know, if you're in Geneva and you want to take a boat ride down the canal during the bicentennial year of it, you know, and then get a ride home. It's pretty cool, no doubt. So kicks off June 5th, Thursday, June 5th. The concerts are 6 to 8. The activities in Seneca Falls and the specials at the local merchants start at 3 o'clock. And then following the concert as well, some food and drink specials throughout town. Definitely anybody should come. If you want more information online, SenecaMuseum.com, I think, has a full schedule.
Correct. And right on our events page, you can find that.
Awesome. So this is just part of kind of a ongoing effort to revitalize and beautify and improve Seneca Falls. There's so many other things going on that you're personally involved in. One thing that's going on, you mentioned the DRI project, that you've now temporarily moved to 106 Fall Street, your offices, and the tourism center, the visitor center, which is the old Fall Street Brewing across the street from where Brad Ellis's pizza place is now, next to CV Designs. Talk a little bit about that and why you're making that temporary move.
Sure. So we were fortunate enough, the Museum and Tourism Center was fortunate enough to receive one of the projects for the Downtown Revitalization Initiative. It's finally coming to fruition, and with that being said, the storefront of the museum is going to be entirely redone. And so we are often the first spot for visitors here in Seneca Falls, so it's only appropriate that we give our best foot forward for our guests and local visitors. So with that, we were not moving our 3 floors of exhibits over to the Fall Street location, but we will still offer tourist information for not only Seneca Falls. We are representative of the area here, but the entire Finger Lakes region for guests coming through. With that being said, we unfortunately cannot move, like I said, our exhibits. We just introduced we just had installed a nice interactive tugboat exhibit. But all of this being said, we will have a wonderful launch event in the fall when it's all finished. We'll have a conference room added to our second floor. We'll be introducing an exhibit on the Underground Railroad of the Finger Lakes.
Nice.
We just entirely redid our boater amenities area on the lowest level with all fresh paint and flooring. So folks will be able to step into a whole new atmosphere when they rejoin us in the fall. But right, as you said, we're temporarily located at 106 Fall Street on the corner of Fall and State Street.
Yeah, great location.
Oh, it's wonderful, and it's nice to have a taste of what it's like to have a mural on the side of our building.
That's right, because murals are something else I wanted to touch on. Bonifiglia Family Foundation is one of the presenting sponsors of the presenting sponsor, I suppose, of the Music in the Park series this summer, but also heading up an initiative to create some murals. We can expect to see 2 murals going up, hopefully by the end of this year, but specifically the canal side of the Seneca Museum building is the site of one of these murals.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that.
So with that, in partnership with the Bonifiglia Family Foundation, the Rochester Area Community Foundation helped fund the installation of a locally themed mural on the side of our, that it would be the east side of the canal.
Facing the Ovid Street Bridge.
Correct.
Yeah.
So with that, it'll be a great view for passerbyers walking, driving, or boat
Boating,
traffic, as you
yeah.
noted too. So the mural on our facility will be specifically themed towards the waterways and industry. And I'm not talking just a generic waterfall that
Right.
used to be, that's the number one question we get, is where are the falls? But with that being said, it will not be a generic themed mural, but an international consulting firm is drawing artist bids from around the world to then work on this project. And with that, they will be making it themed towards Seneca Falls on our rich history of industry. I've gave them various ideas and materials and let the artists do their work, but everything from Sylvania to Gould to even Rumsey Pumps back in the day, or the Seneca Knitting Mill being right across the canal.
Right.
All of these will be points of inspiration for the artists to then make a locally inspired mural right here on the side of our facility, which will be wonderful.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely impressive, and it's going to be cool to see it, kind of be created on the, do a time lapse maybe.
And with that being said, we're also hoping to kind of engage the community in this process by hosting a small arts festival in downtown Seneca Falls in September. Specifically, September 20th is when we're looking to host this,
Okay.
To offer free art classes for folks along the canal, just to engage our community with art, culture, history, to bring all of this together. Again, around the murals was the driving factor, but this is to show the wonderful talent of the Finger Lakes and the folks around here, that there are plenty of options and artistic mediums to be able to pursue.
So, that's going on as part of the DRI. The mural's not part of the DRI, but the renovations and facade improvements at the Seneca Museum are. But there's also more going on, which is forced music in the park, to be music in the parking lot on the other side of the bridge. Just fill everybody in on what that work going on down by the canal it actually is.
Okay, so I will give you the best of my knowledge.
Right.
I'm not the,
you're not involved in this, but you certainly are down there and see what's going on.
Most definitely. So I do drive by it most every day, being right in our back door there. So from best I can see, they're tearing up the park to then make pathways through the park to give better lighting and give better accessibility to guests and local folks of all abilities. Additionally, they are repouring the concrete along the edge of the canal where boaters can traditionally dock. Normally, the Seneca Museum and Tourism Center offers a boater amenity space with free electric and free water hookups for boaters to dock up to 2 days. We additionally have like showers and laundry facilities inside our building. But with that being said, it's going to be closed down this year with the DRI project on our building and along the canal. So to the best of my knowledge, the area is going to be roped off along the canal. It currently is blocked off so boaters can't tie up there on our side of the canal this year. The other side of the canal, I guess that would be the south side, where the side that the National Women's Hall of Fame is located, still has plenty of docking spots for guests to come through. It might change the availability of electric and water on that side. But from the best I can see, they're repouring the concrete on the top, so along the canal. They're redoing the old brick walkway, which is there, and it was a bit uneven. Again, creating more accessibility for the canal, for canal users, and it coordinates perfectly with like the community center's kayak launch and the accessibility launch that they put there. So really trying to get folks out and about and around our community and along the canal and engaging these various aspects of a historical, cultural, and environmentally connected place here.
Yeah, it's exciting, and like everybody in Seneca Falls kind of imagine, or at least hold their breath and wait and see just how incredible everything's going to look a year from now. And it's going to be fun to see it all happening, and it'll be a fun summer. With everything going on, in the midst of all these improvements, and so it'll be fun to watch and fun to see. And when it's all said and done, which it's always an ongoing thing, improvements, but this year is a major step, I guess, for the Canal Harbor in downtown Seneca Falls. It's going to be awesome to see, when it comes to fruition and is completed, no doubt.
Yeah, and hey, that's in our nature, right? In Seneca Falls, a place of
Change,
revolution, historic nature of it all.
Yep.
It's unfortunate it's happening in the 200th anniversary of the Erie Canal system, but it'll be ready here for the Cayuga-Seneca Canal's 100th anniversary is coming up right around the corner.
Yep.
The 250th anniversary of the United States is next year, so we've got a lot going on that could be very significant, not only to our local and state history, but our national footprint as well.
So, absolutely, and trust me, summer is coming, folks. Memorial Day weekend this weekend. Actually, the weekend doesn't look too bad weather-wise. But then coming up on June 5th, the Music in the Park series kicks off again here in Seneca Falls with the ND Brothers. Continues every Thursday night through August 21st, when Rolling Heads will be the band that kind of wraps it up. And in between, great bands like Indigo Breeze, Cool Club and the Lipker Sisters, the Old World Warblers, Restless, Ruby Shoes, Other Side of Normal, 47 South, Rockin' Boots, Prison City Rockers. It's a great lineup that you've prepared, and it should be a great summer, in downtown Seneca Falls for sure. So for more information on this, and if you want to just be able to reference the schedule, if you don't see some of the flyers downtown, senecamuseum.com events page has the full schedule. Can anybody access the boat rides from Geneva as well from the website, or is it on the flyers only?
So that's something I'm working to get the graphics specifically from Stivers Marina, but yes, they should be able to.
Yeah, so by the time it starts, hopefully.
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, senecamuseum.com, kind of your home base for music in the park information, and it should be an awesome summer.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm very excited for it. As I said, we've continued to build and grow on years past. Last year was wonderful. So last year we had nearly 2,300 visitors through all of our concerts, and that's building from 650 the year prior.
Yeah, it'll be bigger this year even, I bet.
Oh yeah, bigger and better each year.
Bigger bands, bigger. Yeah, it'll be bigger. We like to make things bigger.
Yeah, and this year we're very fortunate to be working with the community center there, right at again 35 Water Street, just right next to the canal. We'll have restrooms right there. We'll have the availability for folks to really park very close to the concert and walk right over. So we've got a great lineup of food trucks and other groups coming in too. Starting with the Indie Brothers, we have the Between Your Buns Burgers food truck. When Indigo Breeze plays on June 12th, we have Macaroll and food truck. I've seen their menu already.
Yeah.
Excited for the lobster mac and cheese. Then on the Cool Club and Lipker Sisters, again, we have the Between Your Buns food truck, Sip Beverage Company. And then on the Old World Warblers, we have Mark's Pizza, Seneca Falls Library is coming out. So there's various other groups within this, but I just wanted to give a quick highlight that we will have food available at all these concerts. There's various community tables, so come out and support our folks from around the Finger Lakes here who are really just engaging with our community. And like I said, it's free live events. We have free activities down there as well. So bring a lawn chair and come enjoy the live music.
Yep, and then, everything surrounding that too. You can walk across the bridge to get to the Sackett District, up the hill to get to downtown. So just a great thing that we got going here in Seneca Falls. And then all these improvements and stuff we're talking about. If you can just imagine what it's going to be like for some of the events like the Wonderful Life Weekend when this stuff is complete. We're really setting the stage for to really kick things up around here in Seneca Falls. But for now, summer's coming. It's going to be a great summer here in Seneca Falls. Andrew, thanks for taking the time to come in, and thanks for all the work you're doing on behalf of Seneca Falls.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to be here, and we always wanted to create an experience around this to come showcase this beautiful area. I'm a daily visitor to our visitor center. I live in Syracuse, but I work here because I love it, and this is such a wonderful place that people need to come out and enjoy regularly.
Absolutely. Well, thanks everybody for joining us today. If you enjoyed the show, click like, share, and subscribe. We'll be back next week. It'll be a Wine Wednesday edition. Catherine Chase from the Cuga Lake Wine Trail will be in. That's always fun. Until then, have a great holiday weekend here in the Finger Lakes. Happy Memorial Day.